In today's episode, we're talking to Izak Potgieter, Systems Manager, and Faizal Mahomed, Client Services Manager, about Weba Chute Maintenance. Welcome, gentlemen. Let's dive right in. Izak, could you explain what maintenance is required on a Weba Chute and why it is important for the operation in which it's used?
So when you look at the Weba transfer point, we've got different scenarios and different models in place to ensure that our maintenance on the Weba Chute is as per client expectations. So normally what has been implemented and how we action this is via inspections. So our technical advisors or field advisors will go out, conduct inspections on the Weba Chute. We look at the reliability model as well. This will give us a good idea of what type of maintenance is needed and when it is needed as well. And from there, we do the replacements of lips and liners, depending on which site. We've got several plants where Weba is involved where we got a maintenance team on site. That is all as per client as well.
How do you determine maintenance intervals for Weba Chutes? Are there any specific factors or indicators that influence these intervals?
Yes, so we start off by our reliability model that we've developed over years, looking at history of the Weba Chute, looking at performance, looking at tonnages, all of that. So we start off with that reliability model. We then look at the experience within our inspections as well. We've got multiple experience with different teams, and that all depends on which site, as mentioned earlier, and where we have predictive maintenance models in place. We've got specific Anglo sites where we've got these predictive maintenance models in place that helps us with inspections, that helps us to identify any maintenance criteria as well as maintenance intervals.
Faizal, do you have anything to add to that?
Obviously, at the same time, different types of products, different lump sizes, different tonnages also influences the wear rate on your wearing components.
Interesting. Why is it recommended to use original equipment manufacturer spare parts for Weba Chutes? Are there specific advantages or safety considerations associated with this choice?
If we look at this on an IP point of view, we've got IP on our chute designs as well as our manufacturing drawings. The quality of these parts will always stay the same when you opt for the OEM part. No other manufacturer can manufacture our replacement parts due to our IP on our designs, our IP on our manufacturing specifications. This gives us the advantage to ensure that we can give the client a borderline quality throughout the whole process, and that quality stays the same during installation and operational activities.
When having the IP, if you need to replace a part, you need to replace it as per original dimensions and specifications. As Izak says, the quality of the replacement part is an important factor.
Okay. How does Weba handle the space for international clients? Are there any unique challenges or consideration when it comes to supplying spare parts to clients outside the local area?
There are some challenges that we do face. If we look at Africa, manufacturing is done at our Wadeville plant and then shipped into Africa where needed. We always cater time-wise as well for shipping challenges due to meeting client deadlines and ensuring that any other traveling or shipping challenges is accommodated for. When we look at other continents like the Americas, Turkey, Australia, Middle East, Weba has agents around those parts of the world that contributes to the technical assistance as well as manufacturing challenges of spare parts to ensure that these parts are readily available and does not exceed client budgets. We need to look at a financial point of view as well as a time impact as well on these challenges.
Also, if there's any special request with regards to health and safety with the exporting of the spares from South Africa, we adhere to that as well.
Okay, well, it seems that there's no limitation when it comes to Weba spare parts. In the realm of chute maintenance, what expertise and skills are essential for the Weba team or technicians working with the clients?
On that note, most of the maintenance are done by the clients. However, we have teams available on site. That's where it's requested by the client that carries out their own maintenance. Weba focuses on employees with expertise on identifying work components and the understanding of the parts list, the methodology on replacing the parts, and making sure that at the end of the day, the chute is in a way brought back to a status quo condition.
Are there any particular challenges or considerations when dealing with non-Weba chutes, especially in terms of maintenance and compatibility with Weba systems?
We need to understand that Weba always tries to supply parts non-Weba systems where there's a lot of challenges around that. So when we supply that, it's due to design issues. So we can't always meet the design issues or the design criteria of the non-Weba chute. In a nutshell or a short answer, Weba, we accommodate where we can, but we need to understand these design issues as well as pricing issues. The internal working of a non-Weba chute is not of our knowledge. And with that in mind, we can't guarantee a long lifespan on non-Weba chute replacement parts should we provide those replacement parts to a non-Weba chute.
In a case where you have high wear issues, we always say to solve a problem, you need to identify the root cause of the problem and not just address the symptoms. So, yes, you might have a high wear area where we can supply replacement liners, but the cause of the high wear could be further up. That could be pertaining to the design of the non-Weba chute, and that's where the problems come in.
What are some potential risks associated with chute maintenance, and how does Weba mitigate these risks to ensure safe and efficient operations?
There will always be a safety process that we need to adhere to on the mine or a plant or any other site. There will be safety processes to be followed. Weba does have its own internal safety processes to ensure that our employees understand the risks that are involved on these sites or plants. So our internal processes does cater for the needed PPE, the knowledge, safe environments, risk assessments, and to ensure that's managed effectively. But at the end of the day, we need to ensure that we as a team adhere to these protocols set out by the mines or other plants that we do work on.
Could you explain the concept of hot commissioning in the context of chute maintenance and why it's important for clients?
We look at this as a two-parter. So our hot commissioning is done during the initial stages when the chutes are first installed and operation is actually starting up. From there, all parts are checked to ensure proper operation. So we look at the lips or liners. We look at all the internal working components within the chute. During maintenance intervals, these operating conditions has already been checked now. So we've checked the conditions. We know it works. Everything is as it should be. And from there, we can then install these replacement parts with the knowledge that we know the initial design does work and we can ensure proper operation going forward.
Yes, on the hot commissioning stages, obviously it's identifying that everything is working properly. Also, adjustments within the chute to cater for stuff like that. So all that's done during the hot commissioning. Yeah, and once that is done, the report goes back to our design. They have the latest report on what's been done on the chute, and obviously going forward when it comes to maintenance, we know exactly what needs to be done, and if there were any modification for whatever reason, that's catered for already.
Izak, can you walk us through the ordering process for new parts related to Weba chutes? What considerations should clients keep in mind during this process?
When we look at the ordering process, we need to understand that all of our clients are equipped with a part list with that provides the needed space. Our clients will order from that list as per drawings. An official RFQ is needed as well to be sent through for our formal quotation process, taking in consideration as well the lead time for delivery, dependent on what type of parts are being ordered. So we do communicate these challenges or these criteria to our clients so that they understand a lead time is quite important for their sufficient operation and for our manufacturing processes as well.
Also, from when our field advisors or technical advisors do inspections as well, on the report back, the client's also advised on what spares that needs to be ordered.
Quality control is essential in maintaining the reliability of chute systems. How does Weba ensure the quality of spare parts, and what quality control measures are in place to guarantee that they meet their required standards?
All spares are manufactured based on our OEM specifications. So Weba is working in line with the ISO 9001 management system standard, and that gives us, that provides us with some certainty that our quality will stay the same throughout the lifespan of the chute. So you can look at that from an ordering point of view, all the way to a manufacturing point of view, to a maintenance point of view. Our quality stays the same due to our ISO standards that we are working in line with. Critical quality control checks are also done during these maintenance phases, yes, manufacturing stages, quoting stages, drawings. So our internal processes does have a rigid ISO 9001 management process that we follow to ensure quality stays the same throughout the whole process.
Yes, we also look at ways of how we can improve.
Timely replacement of spare parts can be critical to minimizing downtime. Can you share insights into Weba's turnaround time for delivering spare parts to clients, and what measures are in place to expedite the process when necessary?
Weba does have its standard turnaround time for spare parts, so obviously dependent on which type of parts. However, we do cater for emergency situations as well, where critical parts are needed to ensure that a plant can continue operations. So a client might contact us and explain to us this needs replacement, and the reason behind it is there was a change in conditions on the plant. So now we've got a shorter turnaround time to ensure that we help out our clients. So we take all of that in consideration as well, above and beyond our standard turnaround time.
Yeah, we try to assist our clients as much as we can in cases where it's not possible to have a replacement part back on site almost immediately. We do suggest plans or plan of actions to be done in the interim until they receive the spare parts.
According to the Weba Standard Terms and Conditions warranty, there is a performance warranty provided. Can you elaborate on how this warranty works and its significance for clients?
Weba provides a standard 12-month warranty on our product. This provides peace of mind to our clients, obviously, that Weba will be available to sort out any issues should it arise during this 12-month period. There are more details around our 12-month warranty process, but that is discussed and communicated with the client and adjusted when needed during specific project or processes and overviews and all of that during our stages of warranty process.
Not at all times. If there is a problem, it could be chute related. It could be problems created further upstream or downstream, and we actually have a look at it to determine once again the root cause of the problem. And together with the client, we go through the process of identifying the problem and the way forward in resolving it.
Weba claims to offer unbeatable benefits in terms of maintenance costs, chute wear, belt life, productivity, and spillage prevention. Can you provide insights into how these benefits are achieved and measured?
The concept of the Weba chute is to take control of the flow direction and speed of product within the chute. So by being able to do that, we are reducing high impact areas and free-falling material onto conveyor belts, which in turn prevents spillages. So looking at this process, we are able to measure and achieve our intended results.
Site inspections seem to play a significant role in chute maintenance. Can you explain why they are important and how they contribute to the overall performance of Weba Chutes?
This is critical for equipment longevity. This is the same concept as if you look at your day-to-day activities around your home and you've got a vehicle that you travel to work on a daily basis. So inspections are needed to ensure that we pick up any problems before they become critical. So that concept is the same for our Weba Chute. Inspections is very, very important because we can identify a problem area way before it actually becomes a problem. Hence why we've got these inspection processes in place so that our technical advisors is constantly in contact with the clients to be able to conduct these inspections on site.
Yeah, the conditions on site is not exactly the same on a day-to-day basis. You do have, like, for example, you could have a foreign object that could land on the conveyor belt, and obviously that comes through the chute and wedges across the chute on the inside, and then you find almost immediately or in a period of time that will cause the product to build up within the chute, which will then obviously choke the chute. So this constant inspection where you identify the different issues can be addressed almost immediately, which will definitely shorten the standing time if the chute had to block up. You could have larger lump sizes coming through for whatever reason. So yes, a constant inspection on the chutes or check does make a huge difference to identify any problems that could be caused at the later stage.
What can clients expect from a site inspection?
So our clients can expect our technical staff to highlight the percentage wear on our components and advise the client accordingly as to which parts are needed for replacement. We provide the client with a report that demonstrates what we are saying now, and the client can then from there order the needed parts to ensure effective operation going forward.
Yeah, look, we also besides just reporting on the chute itself, our technical advisors and field advisors also look at the operations of, for example, the incoming conveyor. Whether it's running through, whether it's running to the one side on the pulley, if the scrapers are working properly, if there is in the flopper doors, the actuators are still fine. Is there any spillages noted on the discharge point? So we report back on all of that as well. Even walking through the plant, even if we identify any other issues, we notify the client as well.
What are the benefits of entering into a maintenance contract with Weba?
The benefits of entering into a maintenance contract with Weba is that a team will be available on site. It's 24/7. The team is available for maintenance issues. We've got the reliability model that falls into place, continuous inspections or walkabouts that falls in place, and that's done on a daily basis. And then planned maintenance can be executed more accurately. So the client has less to worry about with the maintenance contract with Weba in place.
Having a team on site, obviously, because of the contract, the chutes are monitored on a daily basis while it's running. If there is stoppages for whatever reason, they're there to have a look at it and attend to it. And it's that continuous feedback and planning for maintenance.
Could you share a case study or success story that highlights the positive impact of Weba Chutes?
We try to look at a before and after scenario, and to give you some explanation around that is that Weba conducts a dust analysis. So this dust analysis gives us an idea of what happened with the conventional chute as well as with the newly installed Weba chute. So the client gets a profile, a baseline profile that indicates the current dust around the conventional chute first off. So that profile indicates this was the baseline and how it looked. And after installation with the Weba chute now, we redo that activity and then we compare the two models so that the client can actually see the benefit of the Weba chute.
It comes down to also the client's requirements. If there is any existing problems on site or issues that they would They know that the Weba Chute can assist with, like, for example, your degradation or segregation, things like that. There's tests done prior to the Weba Chute being installed and also after the Weba Chute has been installed. And almost all the time, we have improved the situation on site and met the client's requests.
Which innovative initiatives have Weba implemented to assist with chute maintenance?
We've got our quick release lips, which has been developed by Weba some time ago and is, I want to say, very much needed in most of our applications. This is just an excellent product for ease of maintenance when you look at it from that point of view. We've got our developed inspection app where our technical staff will be able to use the application on their phone or on the computer. And when they do inspections, it eliminates the need for any type of paperwork, any books that needs to be on site, any struggle with photos and so on. So the app replaces that whole manual labor process into a neat application, and once the inspection has been done, an automatic report is generated for the client from there. We've then also developed our reliability model. This reliability model is specifically for predictive maintenance. We'll be able to pinpoint weeks, months, even years in advance when a chute will need maintenance. And then, as mentioned earlier, we have our dust analysis process in place where we look at a dust baseline on the non-Weba or conventional chute versus the Weba chute performance.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a continuous improvement from our side. We always look at different ways and means on how we can sort of make the maintenance part of it, sort of user friendly, if I may put it that way. We always try to come up with new or better ideas in the sense where the client can benefit at the end of the day as well.
Weba claims to continuously improve. Are there any new upcoming innovative initiatives with regards to Weba chute maintenance?
As Faizal mentioned, we strive to improve, and we are busy with some research and development that is being done on our predictive methodology and how we want to indicate predictive wear. So we are busy developing technology on that, where we will use this technology to provide the real-time data on chute wear percentages for all our clients that wants this technology installed. This will give us an exact and precise idea, real life in time, what the current situation within the chute is and the conditions within the chutes. And that will also give the clients a better idea when maintenance should take place. Then we've got our process where we conduct a liner thickness test. So when liners are installed, it is almost very impossible to look at a liner and estimate a thickness that is left on that specific liner. So we do use a liner thickness testing method where we will be able to check the thickness left on the liners. That will give us a better indication of when maintenance is due. And then we also had some work done with a foundry that we are working with to cast our cast liners. And we've managed to implement a process to ensure that all our cast liners are above a 600 Brinell hardness for our applications. And this just helps with the longevity of the liner and to ensure that it stays in operation for a longer period of time without continuous or regular maintenance that needs to happen on those liners.
We mentioned earlier with regards to the quick release lip system that reduces quite a bit of time when it comes to replacing the lips. We started and we're still sort of testing it out, but we have done it already. We can sort of basically, to replace a liner in the chute, you basically need to get into the chute. And sometimes not all chutes it's possible to get in. And we are actually sort of trying it out where we replace liners from the outside of the chute, where we have on the actual shell of the chute, it's sort of like a pigeonhole that you can get to the liner and replace them.
Safety is a top priority in industrial operations. What safety measures or considerations should be taken into account when performing maintenance on Weba chutes to ensure the well-being of workers and the environment?
As mentioned earlier, Weba works in line with the specific mine requirements. We do have, as mentioned, our internal safety management systems. However, on-site, Weba have to conform to the mine's requirements. So these basic conditions can include PPE inductions, training, knowledge of inspections and maintenance. So between Weba's internal processes and the mine's requirements, we ensure that our staff work safely and that all safety measures or considerations are taken into account.
Yeah, if when needed, our team actually goes through the full medical induction process on site. It's site specific, and at times, if needed, where we need a safety file, we actually compile a safety file as well. So yes, we adhere to all the safety rules and regulations.
Are there any specific safety certifications or protocols that Weba follows in its maintenance and installation processes to meet industry standards and regulations?
Weba does conform to the requirements of ISO 45001, which is replacing the old 18001 standard. So 45001 is more of your international protocol at the moment for safety management systems. Then again, we conform to our clients' requirements as far as possible. So we sort of ensure that we meet both industry standards, both from the client as well as from our internal processes point of view.
How does Weba minimize environmental impact during maintenance and operation involving chutes? Are there sustainability practices or materials used to reduce the environmental footprint?
Again, I think I'm going to try and answer this as a sort of a two-part. Looking at our environmental impacts are maintained by controlling our flow within our chutes. So our design is carefully looked at to control the internal flow of our chutes. And that in turn reduces dust, noise levels, and helps with the ease of maintenance. Weba does have a sustainability policy in place where we minimize our carbon footprint. So we minimize our carbon footprint by reducing energy consumption from the Eskom grid and producing a more clean energy with our solar plant. So that helps us to, ensure that we contribute to the management of the carbon footprint. Our management system is based on the requirements of ISO 50001, which is your energy management system. So we try to adhere to each and every clause in there, and we report on a 6-monthly basis on the performance as needed.
In context of international clients and various regulatory environments, how does Weba ensure that maintenance processes align with local safety and environmental standards?
Weba does comply with the processes or specifications provided by our international clients. Weba does not conform to our own local standards when operating in the international domain. And I think this is very important that all these standards and processes and specifications, as per international provided guidelines, are adhered to when operating in that domain.
Can you discuss the role of safety inspections as part of the maintenance process and how they contribute to identifying and mitigating potential hazards or environmental risks?
Our on-site team does have an appointed 2.6.1 and a 2.9.2 appointees that has been appointed by the mine. The team works in conjunction with the client's safety officer or safety manager to ensure that all risk assessments, inspections, medicals, etc. is up to date before maintenance takes place.
And also that all safety precautions are adhered to. Conditions change on site by the hour, so all that needs to be taken into consideration as well.
What steps does Weba take to ensure the safe disposal or recycling of materials and components during maintenance, especially when parts are replaced or refurbished?
Each mine or plant does have their own disposition regulations in place. They are ISO 14001 certified in most cases, which provides them with the guideline on disposition regulations. So Weba will ensure that we comply with the requirements set out by the mine. If we just go and look a little bit further, our internal processes as well has our own disposition guidelines and regulations where at our main manufacturing plant, we do have safe disposal systems in place to ensure that we keep the environmental footprint in mind when disposing of used materials.
Thank you for your time today, Izak and Faizal. Stay tuned for more episodes from Weba Chutes.